Hey guys, my name's Justin, and welcome to Hellsborough, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. Okay, so for today's video, I know I talk a lot about, like, accessories. Like, I'm kind of an accessories guy, I'm a bad guy. But then, I want to talk about home stuff because I am a fan of having a house and living inside. I think most of the time, like, when people buy, like, luxury stuff, they buy it so that they wear it out of the house so that people can see it. It's very much about, like, status. But then I think there's also a level of, like, that status when you invite people and they see that stuff. Sure, that exists. But I think it's also like when you buy stuff for your house, you just like it. You get it because you want it and you like it and you get to enjoy it and you get to look at it every day. So I think there's almost a little bit more of like an earnest aspect to buying like luxury home stuff. But yeah, let's talk about stuff that I would like to have inside of my home. And then I'm gonna share it with you and say, hey, maybe you want this stuff too. So the first thing is, surprise, surprise, it's from Hermès. We know Hermès as the purveyors of Birkins and Kellys and all things leather goods, but they also have a bunch of stuff for the home that you are supposed to buy so that you can eventually buy your Birkin or Kelly. I'm not into that game, but they do have something that I really desperately want to buy. So I mentioned to you guys that I like tarot, and I am currently putting together a video on like bag recommendations based on tarot card pulls, which I think sounds insane, but it sounds really fun. I think my cards would like it. Anyways, Hermès has a deck of tarot cards. It's called the H Tissage Tarot Deck of Cards. I'm assuming that the H Tissage just means like the design of the back of the cards. I love it. For like about 200 bucks, you can get like a deck of cards, which sounds insane. I do like the design of these. The back is fine. It looks at Hermès. It has orange. It has this, yeah, like H shape of everything. So tarot originally was based off of like a playing card game. Is that what it's called? Oh my god. As it's evolved over the years and used more for like truth-seeking and, you know, magic and whatever, the suits, I think, maybe have changed. I mean, it's reflected in like how a typical playing card deck is, where you have like clubs and clovers, no, that's still clubs, spades, and then you have like the major arcana, which I think is like very interesting. I don't know exactly how it translates. Like, I have a feeling hearts is cups. I'm sure there's like something to explain it when you're in there, so you can actually use it as a tarot card deck. But in any case, I'm intrigued by them having a tarot card deck, and I'm intrigued by a deck of cards costing $200. So for this next one, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Justin, why the hell am I gonna buy a piece of paper for $200? Because if you're not into that, I have another recommendation. So as I'm putting together these sentences in my mind, I'm like, oh, this sounds even worse. So there's a notebook that's $70, or at least 70 euros. I don't know what it translates to. I'll put numbers maybe. So this next item is from Saint Laurent YSL, and it's I don't know how to pronounce this word. I've never known how to pronounce this word. Moleskine notebook. If one of you tells me it's Moleskine, I'm gonna end it all. But it's a little Moleskine notebook, and the paper size is A5, which European, so I feel like I should be allowed to say that it's 70 euros. But that's basically like if you take an 8.5 by 11, folded in half, that's like an A5. Yeah, so if you're like, Justin, how are you going to recommend us a notebook when we would have to fill in the rest with other things from, I don't know, disgusting places like Office Depot? Just kidding, I love Office Depot. Or Target, just kidding, I love Target. Well, they have the solution for you, and it's a Bic pen for 50 bucks. Baby, that is crazy. Yeah, I get it, it's metal and it's engraved. I mean, it's a refillable ballpoint pen, but it's not like a fountain pen. It's not like any of these like crazy pens from like Mont Blanc or whatever, where they're like $5,000 for this pen that writes in space. This is literally just like, it is a big pen that they made out of metal, and they're like charging you 50 bucks. That means that I love it and I want it because this notebook is black, the pen is black, and it would make me feel like so like effortlessly chic. Like, I know that that phrase is like overused, it would make me feel effortlessly chic if I pulled that out. Oh my god. On the next list of stupid things that none of us need, but maybe some of us will buy, there's just a description, it's not named, but it's basically a lighter holder. The Rick Owens lighter in bronze. Oh, that's it. But yeah, it's in the shape of a horn, and it's not even a lighter. You put your own, again, Bic. Is there like a weird monopoly happening? But you put your own Bic lighter in it, and it's $1,000. It's over $1,000 for this bronze plastic lighter holder. I think it's so crazy. I love it. I love this so much. It looks so heavy and it looks not comfortable. But you know what? This would be something that like they would have had in like Bodies for them to light up a joint or whatever they did in that movie, and then someone used it to stab someone later on. So if you love Bodies, you should spend $1,000 on this. This next item I think is actually nice, and I think maybe, depending on who you ask, would or would not be worth it. But it's a porcelain vase from Louis Vuitton, and it's of the Loewe, but the BB size, because you know, you can't, well, what are you gonna do with like a whole full-size Loewe as a vase? That's crazy. You would put like, I don't know, immediately I said baby blankets, but that's not, no. But then, okay, for the Loewe BB, I totally see it being like, yeah, you can put a bouquet in it or something. Or I guess baby blankets if you want. I don't know. Y'all know me, I'm not the biggest fan of Louis Vuitton. I do have respect for the Loewe just because I don't know, I feel like it's like a good bag. And the fact that they have it as like little BB size, like little baby size, made out of porcelain, I think is so funny. And I personally would actually love for someone to buy this bag and carry it as a clutch, because I just think that would be so funny. And then to get anything out like that, the opening doesn't look big enough for you to put your hand in, really, unless you have smaller hands, which I know some people have small hands. But like, to like have it and then be like, all right, time to get my lip gloss out. Like, oh my god, that would be so camp. So I was just reading the description. I think the funniest thing is, its hard, polished surface convincingly captures the soft folds of leather and canvas. I'm like, okay, says you. Like, it does look pretty good though, so. Next up, I actually have something from Gucci, and I understand like Alessandro Michele is not there anymore, but his impact is. A lot of the home things I still believe are fully just from Alessandro Michele, even though they've kind of like moved away from a lot of his stuff in the jewelry. But then this, I love this. It's the Heron print wallpaper. It's basically, it's just $600 wallpaper for like one roll. It comes with 2 panels measuring 70 centimeters by 3.5 meters each. You know what? That's expensive, but like a lot of wallpaper. This is the one thing I didn't understand because I'm not a homeowner and I don't really care about wallpaper, except for this one, is that wallpaper is expensive. I think this is just like on the upper end of wallpaper, and I think there's some wallpapers that are more expensive than this, which is crazy. But I do love it because I love the Heron print. I love the color of like that like soft sort of like watercolored mint on the background, and then the fact that there's like the herons at the bottom, and then I don't know, dragonflies up at the top. I just think it's like really interesting. The art is beautiful, the color is beautiful. I like it. I don't know, I have nothing more to say other than I'm not gonna buy it because it's so expensive. And then the last item I want to talk about, of course, I would be remiss if I did not include something by Loewe. So of course I could talk about their hand soaps, which I have and are amazing. I could talk about their candles, which I have and are amazing. I could talk about some of their textiles, like their cushions or their blankets, which I have one and it's amazing. But I wanted to talk about something ridiculous. I feel like the rest of this video has been so ridiculous. So let's go into something that actually just doesn't make sense. And it is their doorstops. I know that they went viral for like the rocks that were with like woven leather around it, like 4 or 5 years back or something like that. And people were like, why would you buy this? Turns out people buy rocks with leather woven around it. So this is my contribution into what I think would actually make it at least kind of worth it. So this is a cactus doorstop in stone and calfskin. So very clearly there is a rock inside of there that they then weave leather around. That being said, the vibrancy of these different leathers, the fact that it's an actual design and not just one of the ones where it's Granted, they are beautifully woven, but one of the ones where there's an additional design aspect to it, and it's very funny. I think this came from one of the Paula Ziguizas collections like a couple years back, and I guess it's just been in their selection, their catalog since, because I guess people like it, and I like it. I think it's funny. I have no use for a doorstop personally, but I do. I love this weird little guy. It's so funny. So that's all I got for you today. I love all of these things. I cannot justify the price of any of them. Like talking about like the cards, like Jacquemus, and I forget, there was another brand that I bought cards from, and they were expensive. They weren't $200 expensive. I have my limits. All of these things I think are a little bit out of my limits, except for maybe the pen, which is still crazy. But let me know what you guys think, if you like any of this stuff, or if you have anything. I love talking about what things people own because it makes me feel less alone in the world. So, but that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please make sure and like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you do care about the design. And all after me until next time. I don't know how to pronounce this word. I've never known how to pronounce this word. Moleskine. If one of you tells me it's Moleskine, I'm gonna end it all.